Hello everybody, once again welcome to yet another Monday morning motivation moment. So today I'm back again with yet another topic, and the topic is something very common, something we all keep telling each other: self-confidence. So what is this self-confidence all about? It's a cliche word. Be self-confident, we tell ourselves. Sometimes we remind ourselves, come on, let me be self-confident. Sometimes we advise others to be self-confident. How do we know whether we are self-confident or not? So there are some traits that identify a self-confident person. If I am very self-confident, I will be able to take risks, as in I will go all out to achieve something. I will not sit in my comfort zone. While a person with low confidence, they'll always sit in their comfort zone. They will not take that extra risk. They will always play safe. So am I confident or am I not? I can check my confidence like that. Secondly, I don't fear making mistakes if I'm self-confident. If I have low confidence, then I will fear mistakes. Oh, what will happen? And I will cover up mistakes. When I'm self-confident, if I make mistakes, I take responsibility for my mistakes and I learn from it and move forward. But in cases where I have low confidence, I try to cover up my mistake. I try to avoid mistakes and I try to cover up mistakes. These are the first two things with which we can identify whether you're self-confident. The third thing is also very important, which is, do I have the confidence to do what is right, or am I driven by opinions? Come what may or what others say, it doesn't bother me. I will do what I believe and I know is right. That is a sign of self-confidence. When I have low self-confidence, I am driven by other people's opinion. Oh, what will they think if I do this? Will they feel good about me? Will they feel good about it? We are driven by other people's opinion when we have a low self-confidence. So these are the three things with which we can check whether we are self-confident or not. Isn't that interesting? Okay, now coming to how can we increase the self-confidence. Oh, there are so many, we get so many tips from so many different videos. There are so many things that we can read up on the internet, how to improve self-confidence. Let me begin with this very interesting story. There was this very young businessman who was sitting in a park. He was bankrupt. He was sitting in this park so sad, disappointed. He didn't know what to do next. And then an old man came up to him and said, boy, my child, why are you so sad? And he narrated the entire story, how he started the business and how he's bankrupted now. And the man said, don't worry, I think I can help you. And he gave him a check of $100,000. $100,000. And it was signed Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie. Do you know who's Andrew Carnegie? He's one of the richest men in the world. And the young businessman was really surprised. Oh, he met this man and he was able to this man is certainly going to be able to help me, and if I have this backup of $100,000, I certainly can make it. He was very confident. So and he went back, he started his business all over again and he succeeded. Now this old man had told that exactly 1 year later, come to this same place at the same time. So the young man became successful in business and he came back to this same place at the same time 1 year later. And there comes the old man and he says, okay, how are you now? And the young man is elated, he's so happy. And at that very moment he'll see a nurse running behind the old man. Now we need to remember one thing, this young businessman, he did not use the check which the old man had given him. He kept it in his bank locker. He thought, okay, I have this backup. Anytime I need, I can, fall back upon that $100,000. That is good enough. And so he didn't use it. So he came back the next year with this check in hand to return it to the old man. And the old man came and, like I said, behind him came running a nurse. And the nurse said, oh my God, this man every now and then he comes out of this old age home, claiming that he's Andrew Carnegie. And he gives out these checks to people. And the young man is wonderstruck. He said, this is not Andrew Carnegie. And all this while, the entire his confidence was based on the fact that there is this 100,000 backup, while actually there was nothing backing him up. It was just a belief within himself that I am taken care of, I can rely on something. It is that inner thing which gave him the strength. It is nothing from outside. There was nothing outside that gave him the strength. It is his inner belief in himself and in that unseen which gave him that strength. So self-confidence is not from anything outside. It is always from within. This is the first point we need to realize when we think about self-confidence. We need to celebrate ourselves. That is the first step. See, I have to do 10 things. I cannot do all the 10 things perfectly. Nobody can do everything perfectly. There might be a few things where I'm very good at. There might be a few things where I'm very bad at. A few things where I'm like okay at. So we have to celebrate ourselves. There are some things we can do very nicely and focus on all those things that we can do nicely. What happens very often is I fail at 2 things, I succeed at 4 things, and my focus is on those 2 things that I failed, and there goes my confidence. Doom. We need to focus on those positive things about ourselves and celebrate those positive things about ourselves. That is the first step in building self-confidence. Very often we make a mistake. We tend to look for perfection both within ourselves and with people around us. Now when we seek perfection, I'm not perfect, I'm yet to improve. It is good to want to improve, but thinking that I'm not good enough, I have to improve more, improve even more, what happens then? Your self-esteem or your self-confidence becomes very low. You need to stop seeking perfection. That is another thing that we need to remember in life. And take care of yourself. It's very often what we do is, see, each one of us is special, and my life or my priority should begin with myself. I need to take care of my health, my body. I need to eat well, eat good food, keep yourself fit, and dress well, dress nicely. So that these are unseen. We don't know how it builds our confidence, but it certainly does. Experienced people have said how dressing well, dressing neatly, being presentable, how it adds to our self-confidence. These are small things that we can do to improve our self-confidence. Now what happens when we start doing something? We have this huge thing. Okay, we are trying to climb a mountain, we are going trekking, and we look at the peak only and we find it, oh God, I don't think I can make it. There goes my self-confidence. So the smart thing to do is make short-term goals, small goals, and every time we achieve that little bit, say I climb 10 steps and I feel okay, I've achieved this. So that was my first goal. So set small term goals. That will make a huge difference. Make achievable small time targets. This is very important in life. Very often when I tell something to somebody, they say, okay, I don't know this. I say, learn it, because in my life I have experienced that. When I tell somebody I don't know it, the right person when I tell them that I don't know it, they'll say, okay, go learn it. I might find very difficult. I might find, why can't they just help me? Because they know how to do it. They can just do it for me. But throughout my life, I've had people telling me, no, we will not do it for you. You go and learn it yourself. But every time I learned something new, it had a huge impact on my self-confidence. Every time we do something new, it has an impact on our self-confidence. So throughout life, make sure that you upgrade and upskill yourself. Learn something new, do new things, interesting things which make us happy. Do it. The more we do new things, the more empowered we feel, and the more empowered we feel, the more self-confidence we have. This is yet another trick to increasing self-confidence. And now comes the most important thing. Help someone else. When we help someone else, we feel so good about ourselves and we feel so self-confident. When we help somebody else, that is what really makes a difference. Shifts our consciousness, shifts our what we think about ourselves. When we contribute to another person's life, that is when the real self-confidence starts coming out from within. When we contribute to another people, that is when we make a difference in another person's life. That is when we really feel worthy about ourselves, and automatically our self-confidence will improve. Now Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji says this quick, small, sweet story. There's this white cat walking around with a sticker on its head saying, I am black. Everybody tells him you're white, but the cat feels that no, I am black. So the moment you feel that you have low self confidence, you feel you're not good enough, even if the entire world tries, they cannot change it. It is what you feel about yourself. So take off that label from you. It is about what you feel about yourself, not what others feel about yourself. So when we talk about self confidence, I want you to remind something. Inside you, inside me, inside each and every one of us, there are all these talents, there are all these qualities. It is just a matter of time and a matter of paying attention to it, taking some effort to unwrap this gift within us. So with that, I conclude for the day. Thank you all for listening to me. See you all next week with yet another topic. Bye-bye.
വിമൻ ടോക്ക് ടൈം എന്ന ഈ ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക, ആസ്വദിക്കുക.